What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. As we know, this is the last week of NBA 2K23, and here today we're here to do our last historical rebuild of 2K23. One of the bigger moments in NBA history was the decision by LeBron James. Of course, he left the Cleveland Cavaliers to go to the Miami Heat in that offseason where he was a free agent. So for our last historical rebuild of 2K23, what if we went back in time and stopped LeBron James from ever leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers? That's right, boys. We are going to be going ahead and doing a 2009-2010 Cleveland Cavaliers rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new around here. As always, greatly appreciated. We are on the grind right now to 40,000 subs. 2K24 is right around the corner, so go ahead and stick around if you have not hit that sub button already. But LeBron James, he's literally on the last year of his contract, so we got to do everything in our power to keep LeBron James on this team and stop him from ever going to the Miami Heat and forming that big three. Let's bring Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh to us instead. I don't know if we'll be able to actually do that, but still, this is what we're working with to start things off. We got Mo Williams, Jamari Moon, LeBron James, Anderson Varejao, Shaquille O'Neal, Delonte West, Anthony Parker, El Gausquez, JJ Hickson, and then like Leon Powell, and then you got like Danny Green, Daniel Gibson, or Darnell Jackson. So we're going to go ahead and shrink this down to an amortization to start things off here. And then we're most likely going to stop at the trade deadline to try to show LeBron James that, hey, we're serious. We want to win a championship. Please don't leave us. Like, that's basically what we want to do today. We want to do everything in our power to convince LeBron that staying in Cleveland is in his best interest. So we're going to go ahead, start simulating this bad boy, and I'll see you guys most likely at the trade deadline. If not, I'll just see you guys at the end of the regular season and the playoffs, because I assume we'll be a playoff team. Boys, it's that time of the year. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to choose overs or unders on the favorite players you love watching. So it basically makes the game you're watching just even more fun. Basically, how it works, it's available on mobile or desktop. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine. They have esports, tennis, cricket. Literally think of it, they most likely have it. And this is what it looks like when you open it up. So basically, you get to choose overs or unders on any stat you can really imagine. They have interceptions, kicking points, and of course, when the NBA comes back around, they'll have stuff on that, like rebounds, points, rebounds, combos. They have all kinds of stuff. But right now, Prize Picks actually has a discount of Dak Prescott for week 1, half a passing yard. So if you've not signed up on Prize Picks, go ahead and take advantage of this discount right now. The link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're going to match your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So use that link to sign up for Prize Picks. And a tool I'm going to be using for when I play Prize Picks this year is going to be DGF Fantasy's Optimizer tool. They basically do the math for you, and they tell you what is good and what is profitable long term. So we're looking right now, of course, Dak's over half a passing yard is obviously most likely going to work out for you. And then they got Marvin Jones here. And of course, this is only going to keep getting better as we get closer to the NFL regular season. So if you want to go ahead and try this out and not even have to think about what you're going to play on, I have that down in the description below as well if you want to go ahead and sign up for that. But thank you to Prize Picks and DGF Fantasy for sponsoring today's video. So we are stopping the trade deadline, as currently we're 36-21 on the season right now. Things are going pretty darn well, but as I told you guys, I want to try to make the big trade to convince LeBron that we're here to win around him. So LeBron still being 25 years old, we're looking for a guy that kind of fits the timeline of him, but also, of course, can impact winning right away. Jamari Moon's our second leading scorer, and that's cool and all, but I don't really want that to be the case, to be honest with you. I want somebody else to step up. So Shaquille O'Neal is the one with the big contract, so I think we're going to have to try to trade him away. El Gausquez making $5 million as well. But yeah, Shaq's the guy that I'll probably be trying to throw in a trade here. So right now, I looked at a couple teams that I kind of like the idea of trying to make a trade with. So the first option was the Orlando Magic with Dwight Howard. They're rebuilding, and I don't remember exactly when Dwight Howard left the Magic. I know it was years, not this year, but it was like years down the line, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it. My history is not great. But if I can get Dwight Howard on this team, that'd be pretty insane. I'm not going to lie. So that's my first option. Another guy, as I kind of hinted at the beginning of the video, was Raptors Chris Bosh. 25 years old, 88 overall, and the last of his contract as well. So we'd have to resign both of them, but it would show LeBron that, hey, we are serious. And obviously, that would definitely be a big trade. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Either it's going to be Mr. Dwight Howard, or it's going to be either Mr. Obviously Chris Bosh. So I think Chris Bosh would be easier to get, but I'm going to start with the big trade, Dwight Howard. I don't even know how much money he's making right now, so let's go see that first. So he's making $15 million, 1913, and then 2 blocks. So he's being an absolute stud in Orlando. And I have a feeling this is not going to happen, but we're going to give it our best shot. Because none of our picks are that valuable. So I highly doubt they would even feel inclined to say yes to this, but you know what? You never know. Yeah, they're not going to say yes to that. So instead, we're just going to try for Chris Bosh. I think Chris Bosh would be a lot easier to get. So Chris Bosh, he's averaging 20 points, 11 rebounds, and he'd be like the perfect power forward to put next to LeBron. Of course, they play together in Miami. So let's just try 2 first-round picks for Bosh and see what they say. They may still say no to this, but we're just going to try it anyway. And they're not going to agree to that immediately, which is great, which is fine. I get it. If I threw JJ Hickson in the trade, he's 21 years old. He's got 1.5 star trade value, so he's not like literally that great or anything, but maybe you give me, I mean, that really doesn't do anything for us. So let's say we try to throw 3 firsts in here instead. They're not going to agree to that. I'll throw a couple seconds your way as well. I'm not going to go 4 firsts, but let's say it's 2 seconds, and they're not going to agree to that still. So maybe we're not going to be able to get Chris Bosh or Dwight Howard. Let's just try the trade finder then and see if that gives us anything good. I'm still wanting to throw 2 firsts out there on the table. I wanted Chris Bosh or Howard. That's not going to work, I don't think. So let's see what the trade finder would result if it's going to load. There we go. Michael Redd, Luke Ridnour, Tyrese Thomas, Kendrick Perkins, Jermaine O'Neal. That's an older Jermaine O'Neal. Andrew Bynum. Okay. 23-year-old Andrew Bynum. Not really exactly what I was looking for. J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith, kind of a stud in this simulation, so it's not the worst idea in the world, but at the same time, don't know. Roy Hibbert, Troy Murphy, Peja Stojakovic, Jose Calderon, Yao Ming, not really what I'm looking for either. Serge Ibaka. So yeah, all these trades are nothing. I mean, I don't really like any of these trades. So we're going to just have to do our very best to find something different, because right now we're not really finding anything that great. So here's a trade we're doing. I'm not sure why the Lakers want to do this, but they get to reunite Shaq and Kobe, I guess, with Pau Gasol, and we're going to trade Zedrin Ilgauskas as well. So Shaq and Zedrin's for Lakers, Andrew Bynum. In an alternate timeline, this probably never happens, but in this timeline today, we're trying to make something happen. We're trying to convince LeBron that, hey, we're trying to win, and that's the trade we make. We're also going to have cap space in free agency. We really couldn't get creative with our picks, unfortunately. So I think Andrew Bynum is still a really good addition to the team. And then what does LeBron say about signing extension right now? He is none. So he has no, I guess we can't extend him even if we wanted to. So yeah, we're going to have to just try to re-sign him in free agency. So Andrew Bynum is the big addition. I wanted to be like Dwight Howard or Bosh. That didn't really work out at all. So I'll just see you guys at the end of the season, hoping that the Andrew Bynum trade works out for us. And Shaq and Kobe are reunited. So that's cool, I guess. LeBron James wins MVP, averaging 26, 8, and 11. No surprise there. Thornton's your Rookie of the Year. Manu Ginobili, 6th man. Josh Smith, Defensive Player. Kevin Love, Most Improved. And Red Carla, Coach of the Year. And Justin Taylor is your Executive. So Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Darren Williams, Pau Gasol, Al Jefferson. You have Chris Paul, Baron Davis, Durant, Carmelo, Dwight Howard. And here's your All-NBA 13 with Rondo. Kobe, who is out for 68 weeks. That's pretty unfortunate. Tim Duncan, Paul Pierce, and Al Horford. And then here's all offense first team and all defense tag team. We get LeBron James on there. So we ended up as the 2nd seed in the East. We get to play the Miami Heat in round 1. So that should be interesting. But if you take a look at the player stats to end it off. So Andrew Bynum actually got hurt. Tore his ACL. Maybe right after we traded for him as well. So that's pretty unlucky, if I do say so myself. So we're going to go ahead and move, I guess. I mean, Verjav's hurt as well. He's out 1 to 2 weeks. We literally, dude, our rotation's got to be down horrendous right now. What do we got? So, yeah, our starting center is Leon Powell right now. Bro, this is terrible. I don't think we go very far with those two being out, but you never know. Somebody current round, and we are going to actually, oh, we get eliminated in 7. So we lose in 7 to the Miami Heat. So that's going to be a very, very tough pill to swallow in order to try to be like, hey, LeBron, we're trying to, you know, we're close, man. We just got eliminated in round 1, but hey, we're close. So that did not go as planned. I will be honest with you. Andrew Bynum getting hurt was not great. But it's all good, because in this alternate timeline where you can't fix the salary situation in 2K unless you're in the, you know, MyEras, which I'm excited about the MyEras in the next game. I know they're adding another era. We'll see how that works out. But we have the 25th overall pick. But in an alternate timeline, we have a bunch of cap space here. So we should be able to convince LeBron and also another max free agent, or maybe even 2 more on top of him, to come to Cleveland. And that would convince LeBron to ultimately stay. That's kind of the game plan at this moment. And we do have a draft pick as well, which maybe we could use to make a, you know, veteran type trade. That way LeBron feels like, hey, you know, we're not just adding young, you know, pieces to the team. So right now, if I threw Jamario Moon and let's say Daniel Gibson and 25th overall pick, what would that net me? Because we could make a big trade right now to kind of prove to LeBron that, like, hey, you know, we're just still trying to, like, Bino Udre and Garcia. Udre is a really nice backup point guard, 28 years old, 78 overall. So that's not a terrible first option if we went that. Chris Anderson, Reggie Evans, Matt Bonner. And then Also 2 first-round picks from Minnesota that are actually pretty valuable. But I think we're going to go ahead, and the DeAndre Jordan Al Thornton trade isn't terrible either. I actually kind of like this one a lot because we get a backup center DeAndre Jordan who would be amazing for us. And then we give them 25th overall pick. We're going to do this trade. We're going to get Al Thornton and DeAndre Jordan. Really 2 good depth pieces, and they're going to get Jamari Moon, Gibson, and we trade them our 5th overall pick as well. So that may not be the most convincing trade in the world to LeBron. It's not the veteran trade, but DeAndre Jordan has a lot of upside going forward, of course, and he would be a really nice backup center to Bynum. So I really like that trade for us, and LeBron is looking at that trade and is like, okay, not bad. But the GM didn't have any say-so, so Matt might still, upset him a little bit. But let's go to player options. Let's see what we got going on here. Of course, LeBron James. I don't even know if he's going to have a player option or not. Most likely would decline if he did. JJ Hickson, we will accept, though. And then qualifying offers, nothing going on. So, of course, the main priority is recruit LeBron back to Cleveland. He's got a bunch of offers, and it says we have no bird rights on him for whatever reason. But, of course, that does not matter to us. We are going to re-sign him and ultimately land him back. So that's great. That's off to a great start. Now, who do we get to partner with LeBron James? That way, this is like a 2-for-1 deal. Like, LeBron's like, okay, I'll sign this contract if you get this guy. So who is that guy is the question. If we look at our team right now, we have Mo Williams as starting point guard. That's not bad. Obviously, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's not terrible. So I think I can get away with Mo Williams as our starting point guard. I also, Anderson Varejao, I don't really like him at the 4, to be honest with you. I'm going to move him to center, and that might make... I guess we got JJ Hickson and Thornton right now at the power forward spots. Both of them are relatively young, so they might go up in overall. So I think the main position we should be looking at is a shooting guard spot. LeBron James being 25. Obviously, I see Brandon Roy, but this is right around the time he gets hurt. Rondo, Paul Pierce, Chris Bosh, of course, would be probably... Actually, Chris Bosh might be the guy we go for, to be honest. Ray Allen, of course, ended up coming here eventually. But, yeah, I think Chris Bosh is going to be the answer, right? I mean, instead of Dwayne Wade... getting Chris Bosh and LeBron to Miami. Instead, we convinced Bosh to join LeBron in Cleveland, right? So that's what we do here, I think. I'm going to offer it to him, and we're his #1 offer. I think we can afford both of them, if I'm not mistaken. So LeBron James and Chris Bosh in this alternate timeline. We try to trade from at the deadline. They come to Cleveland instead of both going to the Miami Heat. So LeBron James and Chris Bosh. I love it. And then we also have Bynum, Varejao, DeAndre Jordan. So still have a lot of options to make a big trade if we need to. Right now, our shooting guard spot is a glaring hole in the rotation, though. Hickson and Al Thornton, I'm going to see if I can move one of them to the 3 because we definitely could want to use one of them as a backup 3. So Thornton, no. And then I assume Hickson, probably not either. Yeah, they both go down, so we'll have to figure that out. But shooting guards, we got, it's not great. I'm going to be honest with you. We got Jerry Stackhouse. We have Jamal Tinsley. Yeah, and then Rodney Randall. It's not looking that great. So as far as other options signing a free agency, there's no really great options. So I think we have to trade a center. I'm going to sign Keith Bogans to a minimum contract. Don't really want him to be the starting 2 by any means, but we're just trying to get some depth at this point. I'm also going to sign Jamal Tinsley as well to a minimum contract. That we're just getting some depth at this point, as I said. He's going to go to the Kings, though, and I guess I'll go maybe Anthony Carter. I don't know. I know Stephon Marbury goes down in overall because I signed him once, and he just went down like crazy. And Jerry Stackhouse probably would go down in overall. Jersey back. But yeah, I think we make another trade. So who is going to be the guy we trade away to get a starting 2 is the question. Because I don't really want Bogans to be the starting 2 by any means. I think we trade Al Thornton and maybe Varejao, right? Varejao's making... Yeah, because we have Bynum and DeAndre Jordan. So I think Varejao is the guy we trade away. So Varejao and Al Thornton, we're going to try to trade those 2 for a starting 2 guard. I know I was offered J.R. Smith earlier, so he's kind of my target at the moment. If we can get him on this team, that would be absolutely amazing. So I'm going to try Al Thornton and Anderson Varejao for J.R. Smith. They do not agree that. They want Schultz. In a second, they'll give me a young, I don't know who, but you know what? We'll bring him into the team. That's our deal. So we got J.R. Smith on this team as well, fitting right next to LeBron and then Monty Williams. So yeah, I actually really like that a lot. So now Bynum will come back being healthy. DeAndre Jordan should progress, and then we might need a starting small or backup small forward, so I'll just go ahead and sign Mr. Wally Jersey back, or however you say his damn last name, and boom. Got that going for us. Player progression is probably going to look disastrous and maybe good at the same time. So LeBron James is down. Wally didn't go down too much, and then actually Powell went up quite a bit. Hickson is up, Jordan is up, and then Keith Bogans, and then Andrew Bynum should be back soon. And then, yeah, I kind of figured like Anthony Carter and some other guys would go down, but Bosh and J.R. Smith are up, which is great. So we have a nice big 3 in Cleveland with J.R., LeBron and Bosh, and then of course Mo Williams is still our starting point guard, which isn't bad either. So I'm gonna go ahead and load a quick draft class real quick. I don't even know what draft class I'm on right now. I think this is 2010, right? I'm not an idiot. I'm pretty sure it's 2010. So if I can go to the draft, yeah, 2010. So we need to load the 2011 class. So rotation going into this season is looking so much better, if I do say so myself. I don't think Andrew Bynum is still healthy at the moment, so once he's back, how far along is he from coming back? He'll be starting at center, but DeAndre Jordan's not bad either. So he'll still be out 4 to 6 months. So hopefully when he's back, we'll be at full strength and we'll be looking good. But despite that, we still have a very, very good team in the Eastern Conference right now. LeBron James decides to come back to Cleveland because, like, hey, we're here, and we've done a pretty good job of building around him, in my opinion. So let's go ahead. Similar year number 2, things should look a lot better here. We should not get eliminated in the first round. As long as everyone remains healthy for the most part, we should be an absolute contender in this Eastern Conference. So LeBron James comes back to Cleveland and wins back-to-back MVPs. Obviously won last year. 26 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. Still really, really good. John Wall, Rookie of the Year for the New York Knicks. You got Elton Brand, 6th Man of the Year. Josh Smith, Defensive Player, and James Harden, Most Improved in Oklahoma City. Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. As we went 64 and 18, and Dwayne Justice, aka your boy here, Executive of the Year. Darren Williams, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, Durant, Al Jefferson. Here's your NBA second team with Dwayne Wade, Russ, Carmelo, Kevin Garnett, Dwight Howard. Here's your NBA third team, all defense first team, Dwayne Wade. And then does LeBron make one of these? He does. Makes all defensive second team. So we are the first team in the East, and of course, you get to play the team that actually beat us in round 1, which is the Miami Heat last year. And it looks like, for the most part, everyone stayed relatively healthy. DeAndre Jordan missed 7 games, but our starting lineup was really healthy this season, which is phenomenal. Love to see it. And then Andrew Bynum, of course, came back. Only started 7 games, so I guess maybe they stuck with DeAndre Jordan. Is that the case? Am I reading that right? Yeah, he started 75 games. So this team really leaned towards DeAndre Jordan being the starter. I mean, maybe it's because I never messed with rotation, or it never, maybe some injuries just like never affected the rotation, but I am going to go ahead and put Andrew Bynum back in there, and then let's see who the Miami Heat have. So they have Mario Chalmers, Dwayne Wade, Doral Wright, Michael Beasley, David Lee, Gerald Green, Thabo Cephalosha, Carlos Arroyo, Alfred Camino, Sergio Rodriguez, and Patrick O'Brien. So I feel like we should beat them. Hopefully get out of this round relatively clean and healthy, somebody current round, and we are going to absolutely obliterate them, beat them in 4 games. So that is off to a fantastic start. Did we get away healthy is the question. It looks like we did, which is phenomenal. So now I get to play the Milwaukee Bucks. So obviously the Bucks at this point don't have Giannis yet. Looks like they're starting Bynum again, or starting DeAndre Jordan over Bynum, which, you know what? If they want to do that, it's fine. Brandon Jennings, Michael Redd, Carlos Delfino, Ilyasova, Andrew Bogut, Al Harrington, Will Bynum, Solomon Stoudemire, Luke Rich Abamute, Jody Meeks, Chucky Hayes, Charlie Bell, and Dan. So let's go ahead and somebody current round against Milwaukee and see if we can take care of them. And they're actually going to go up 3-2 on us. Did we get an injury? Is that what happened? Or we're just down that bad? Wow. So we are going to have to win Game 6 if we want any chance to force a Game 7 back to the land. Let's see if we can do that. I didn't think Milwaukee was that intimidating on paper, but I guess things are just clicking on all cylinders for them. But we are going to beat them in Game 6. That's great. Now, can we win Game 7 to finish this off and not go home? Let's see if we can bring LeBron a championship in Cleveland earlier than he did in real life. And right now, we're on the dangers of going home, but we do make it interesting, but we lose 107-106 to the Milwaukee Bucks of all teams. I did not expect to lose that series by any means. I mean, yeah, I was not very intimidated by this Bucks roster, and somehow we still lost them. That's pretty wild. Somebody current round against, or let's see who wins the championship. We're out at this point. Steve Nash is in a Celtics uniform with Kyle Lowry, KG Perkins. Interesting. And Denver, who lost J.R. Smith, go to the finals still with Carmelo. But at this point, Shaquille retires a Laker, which is interesting to see. But let's go ahead and we didn't trade our draft pick yet. So technically speaking, our future picks yet. So technically speaking, we haven't gone all in yet. We could maybe still make like a crazy move potentially. Now, will we is the question. I don't know. But I mean, we're trying to get a championship here. So maybe we can. Maybe we trade Andrew Bynum for like a really stud center. I don't know if we could go all in on Dwight Howard right now. That'd be pretty insane if we could do that. But yeah, I think that might be where we go. Because DeAndre Jordan started all last year. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to go to draft night. And we're going to see maybe what Andrew Bynum can get us in the trade market. I like the addition of him. But if we can upgrade him to more of a, a center who's better in overall, I wouldn't mind doing it. I wouldn't mind doing it. That's all I got to say. So let's see if we can get anything good for him. I'm going to try to get Al Jefferson on the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's an absolute dog in the simulation on this file for some reason. He's just a stud, man. So I would be willing to trade Andrew Bynum for Al Jefferson all day and see where that would get us, you know, and maybe in the finals if we can. So I want to make the all-in move. Dwight Howard's unfortunately untouchable. I don't even know if we would have been able to get him anyway, but I'm going to trade 3 first for Bynum, or not Bynum, sorry, for Al Jefferson. If I have to include one player and they still say no to this, I might have to walk away from this deal. Maybe we just keep Andrew Bynum. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. So we can't get anything too crazy there. Tim Duncan went to Portland, which is kind of wild in my opinion. But yeah, I don't think there's anyone else I can get. Al Jefferson was kind of the guy I was looking at, but it doesn't look like we can get him. KG at 35, Blake Griffin, Chris Kaman. I mean, we can go for like Marcus Saul if you wanted to, but I don't know. I just don't really. Al Horford also. Al Horford wouldn't be bad. I'll try for him as well. Let's see if we can get Al Horford on this team. He would be, actually, he's a free agent, so I guess we can't even trade for him anyway. So yeah, I guess we're not making the big trade. So let's just see what we can get in this draft, and we'll add a real life player to the team. So Shelvin Mack is the guy that I noticed, and then yeah, I think Shelvin Mack's like the one real guy I even noticed here. So welcome to the team, Shelvin Mack. I don't think he'll be a huge contributor by any means, but welcome in regardless. Player option, JJ Hickson. Qualifying offers, Mo Williams. Mo Williams is somebody I definitely want to keep if possible. And yeah, we actually have a little bit. We technically aren't too far. Oh, it's because we got to resign J.R. Smith. I think we resign J.R. Smith. We don't need to go for like Kevin Durant, although that'd be cool. I think J.R. Smith makes a lot of sense to bring back. So J.R. Smith, DeAndre Jordan as well, no brainer, and then Mo Williams. So it's gonna bring all of them back. So let's sign all 3 of them back, and then we should, yeah, Mo Williams will be back, and then J.R. Smith will be back, and then we get signed Mike Dunleavy. We get signed Travis Outlaw. So still some good options here. Let's see. So we got no really good backup point guard, no backup. Yeah, we literally don't have backups anywhere. Our backup front court isn't bad, but point guard, shooting guard, it needs some work. So I see Mike Bibby, Arroyo, Keith Bogans, who we just had. I'm going to sign him again. And then Mike Dunleavy, I'm going to go ahead and give a contract offer to as well. So I have those 2 guys. And then is there anybody else that I can get? Backup point guard, not really anybody too great here. So unfortunately, we might just be stuck with what we have. Nobody too insane. We got Shelvin Mack in the draft, but yeah, our depth is pretty not that great. Let's just go to player progression, and we'll let the assistant GM take care of the rest. So what is it? Okay, so we have Dunleavy going down, Bynum is going down, DeAndre Jordan is up, Bogans is down. So Chris Bosh also down, which is unfortunate. I still really do want to try to make the trade with Bynum in it. I just don't know. Nothing popped up that was great. So Bynum, and I'll throw Shelvin Mack in there as well. We just drafted. This would give us maybe some depth, but okay, so we can get Bogut and Will Bynum. I mean, the Bucks did just beat us. 5 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. I actually am not opposed to this idea. If we can get Andrew Bogut, who would average 2 blocks for us, 11 rebounds, maybe we do that. We'll see. And we get a really good upgrade at the backup point guard spot as well if we do this. So that might be the first Greg Monroe, a young Greg Monroe. If maybe he was older, maybe I would do it. Jose Calderon, Bismack Biyombo, Greg Oden. Greg Oden's career obviously got derailed by injuries. Man, would have been a stud if not. Or we could get Agent Zero and JaVale McGee, which is pretty interesting. 13 and 11 and 2 blocks. We do have to throw JJ Hickson in here, though, and then Gilbert Arenas, 18 points. That would be pretty insane. I feel like if I went to the table with LeBron and asked him which trade he'd rather do, I think 9 times out of 10, he's choosing this one all day. Now, I want to see if I can do this without including Do I have to include Hickson for salary? I do not. Okay, I want to see if I can do this without JJ Hickson in the trade. I'll throw 2 first to do this. We get McGee and Gilbert Arenas. They want JJ Hickson still. They'll give me Trevor Booker, but Trevor Booker is not that good still. I'll give you a couple seconds. If not, let's just do the Bogut trade. All right, we're just going to do the Bogut trade. Let's just go back to the Bogut trade. I think that trade is still really good. So we'll do this trade. Andrew Bogut and Will Bynum, welcome to the team. And we move from there. So Gilbert Arenas would have been really nice to add to the team, but we didn't really need that much scoring anyway. We kind of have it with JR, LeBron, and Bosh, which, by the way, I think I forgot to show the stats from last year on JR and LeBron, or the rest of the team, right? Did I not show that? I just messed up. I did not mean to not show it. Whatever. But let's see. Chris Bosh averaged 18. I don't remember if I showed this or not. JR 20. Bogut's hurt day to day already. That's nice. Mo Williams 14. So yeah, my bad if I didn't show it. I don't remember if I did or not. But Bogut's hurt right now, but he should be back. But we also have, of course, Will Bynum as a backup point guard now, which is great. But obviously, we're trying to go win a championship this year. We're at the point where, I guess we're not really at a point yet. We still have plenty of time. But I would love nothing more than to bring that championship here this season. LeBron James was the 3rd MVP of the video. No surprises there, to be honest with you. Just an absolute stud at this point in his career. But we won 69 games if you didn't see that. I accidentally skipped past it pretty quickly. LeBron All-NBA first team. Russell Westbrook makes it for the Thunder. Chris Paul, Durant, Howard. And then I don't imagine we have Chris Bosh on here. That'd be cool, though. But LeBron James doesn't make an all-offensive team this year. But we are the first seed in the East, and as I told you guys, we went 69-13, almost won 70 games, which is pretty wild. I would love nothing more to obviously take this 69-win season and go win a championship out of it. I would feel really good about that. Will Bynum started 1 game. Again, we were relatively healthy throughout the season. DeAndre Jordan started 16 games. Andrew Bogut played 70, which is great. So that's what we love to see. A healthy season is a great season. So let's see if we can come out here and win a championship. We get Charlotte in round 1. They just drafted Kawhi. Obviously, Kawhi used to be LeBron James' nightmare opponent. We remember the clip where LeBron James kind of goes, dang it, when Kawhi is coming back in or whatever he does. Regardless, we should beat them, right? Somebody current round should not be a competition. We beat them. All right. Did we come out healthy is the question. That's literally all I'm wondering about right now because we just swept them. And nope, J.R. Smith is out 2 to 4 weeks. J.J. Hickson is out 2 to 4 weeks. So that is unfortunate. Technically speaking, they could be back for the finals. We get to play the Pacers, who have Mars Stoudemire, Roy Hibbert, Zach Randolph, Tyler Hansbrough, and then Danny Granger. So game 1, they're up 1-0. Game 2, can we even it up, please? Yes. Can we win 3 straight? Yes, we can. I thought we were out, and we beat them at 6. Okay. Now we get to play the Bucks. So we just made a trade with Keith Bogans is starting, but let's take a look. Is LeBron, how close is JR and Hickson to coming back? So Hickson is already back. JR is probably, I presume, out still for like a week. Yeah, he's out 1 to 2 weeks. JJ Hickson, 1 to 2 weeks as well, but he's playing through it, it looks like. All right, Milwaukee, we did still Bogut from them. We gave them Bynum. They added Carmelo to the team. So technically speaking, they're only better than they were last year, and they beat us. So here goes nothing, man. Game 1, down 1-0. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Okay, I do not want to lose to the Bucks, to be honest with you. I'm over it. I don't know why the Bucks are so good and they're literally up 2-1. Don't. All right, there we go. All right, game 5, big one. This is a big one right here. Game 5 in Cleveland. Do not let up here. We got to win this one and get to the finals, man. So game 5 is looking good as long as we don't blow the lead, and we are going to win game 5. W. 97-123. Chris Bosh, LeBron with a triple-double. Mo Williams with 19. All right, here we go. Game 6 to go to play the Spurs. Can we do it in Milwaukee? We start off really hot in the first quarter, have a 12-point lead. Second quarter is looking good. Third quarter, do not let them cut this lead down. All right, pretty close game relatively, and we got a close one down the stretch. So let's see if we can finish them off, and we are going to beat them in game 7. We're going to the finals to play the Spurs. Okay, is J.R. Smith back? Because if J.R. is back, that would be huge. He's day-to-day, so he should be back soon. All right, San Antonio. They did lose Tim Duncan, as we saw. He went to the Blazers. They have Varejao, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Jared Wallace. Still a solid team in San Antonio, but it's nothing crazy. I think we should be able to beat them. Game 1, 1-0. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, 2-1. Okay, is JR back yet? He is back. So with a fully healthy team, I expect to go up 3-1 here. Let's do it. Come on. Yep, and we beat them in 5, right? Let's go, baby. We finally got a championship in this video. LeBron James is your finals MVP. So we bring a championship home to Cleveland sooner than LeBron did in real life. This was a fun video. It was our last historical rebuild of NBA 2K23. We'll probably have 1 or 2 more videos left of 2K23, I believe, and then we're on to 2K24. So let me know the last couple of videos you guys want to see. I think I want to make one of them an 82-0 challenge because I just did a collab with Masa, right? And I didn't do that great, to be honest with you. I won 69 games, which I just did in this video without even trying, even though LeBron's kind of a god, so, you know, it kind of makes it easy. Regardless, that is a challenge I want to do before this, 2K23 career is over. So, hope you guys enjoy. This is Crushables. I'll see you on the next one. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.